Hola amigos, good evening. We witness history today in Al Tumama Stadium. Morocco is one of the best 4 teams of the world in make it to the semifinals. Let's start like we always do with the headlines. Anything worth having is worth suffering for. Argentina knows this well as they eliminated Netherlands in penalties. Back to Ipanema. Brazil shocked by World Cup loss to Croatia and will have to return home without their 6th World Cup trophy. This time for Africa. Morocco looks they keep the African dream alive as they face Portugal for a place in the semi-finals. The African dream is more alive than ever. Fans are leaving the stadium. They cannot believe what's happened. They beat Portugal, the heavy favorite, 1-2-0, and now is waiting for the winner of the next match of tonight, England against France. Congratulations, Africa. But let's go and see what's happened yesterday when Brazil say goodbye and Argentina say we keep dreaming. This was the atmosphere inside the 80,000 people capacity at Lusail Stadium, thanks to Albiceleste fans. Most of them traveled from across the world to see Messi lead his team to victory over Netherlands on penalty kicks. Messi was not happy with the Netherlands team that came back after being down 2-0. And in India, fans celebrated to the gods of football. While Messi's dream still alive, Neymar is sober. Brazil is out of the tournament after losing in penalty kicks against Croatia. Neymar says he's unsure he will play for the national team at another World Cup. He broke down in tears after Marquinhos struck the post in a penalty shootout, giving Croatia a 4-2 win. Some fans think Brazil was cursed after videos went viral of the Brazilian media director tossing a cat away during a press conference. Everybody's talking about that cat here in Doha, Qatar. Let's go now to the 5 stories of the day you have to know about Qatar 2022. Go ahead, Charlie Montero.
Brazilian coach Tite and Netherlands coach Louis van Gaal stepped down as managers of their respective teams after losing to Croatia and Argentina in penalties. Bittersweet moment for Neymar. The Brazilian forward equaled Pelé's record for all-time Brazilian top goal scorer, but minutes later got eliminated from the World Cup after losing to Croatia in penalties. Pelé thanks Kylian Mbappé for his support and congratulates him on breaking another record. The French forward broke Pelé's record for most goals in the FIFA World Cup scored by a player aged under 24. The former Brazilian striker is still in Sao Paulo hospital after health problems. Grant Wahl, a well-known journalist from the United States, passed away last night as he was covering the match between Argentina and Netherlands. He reportedly collapsed as extra time began and was taken to the hospital. Famous YouTuber Vitaly strikes again at Argentina-Netherlands World Cup clash. The YouTuber has a record of pitch invading. He pulled the same stunt at the 2014 World Cup final in Brazil, that time having natural-born prankster embezzled in his body.
Charlie was at Lusail last night talking to some of the fans, Argentine fans, after the match.
Thank you, Carlos. We're here inside Lusail Stadium, where Argentina tied against Netherlands 2-2. They went to penalties, and Lautaro Martinez scored the winning goal. Let's see what the fans have to say. My friend, how did you see the game? How did you see the game?
It was stress, under stress all the time. I'm under stress. I have headache now.
Did you expect them to tie the game 2-2?
No, I didn't expect that, and I thought maybe we'll win by by 90 minutes. But I was nervous all the time after the 90 minutes when they scored 2-2.
And what do you think about the atmosphere, about all the fans here, the Argentine fans?
Sorry?
What do you think about the Argentine fans?
They are amazing. I've never seen an audience like this in my life.
Argentina fans, the best in World Cup Qatar. To be honest, the best fans ever. And also, everyone knows that the referee today was against Argentina. But look, Argentina, what they did. They proved their performance in the pitch.
Next match is against Croatia. How will they do?
Messi. We have Messi, and we will do it against Croatia also.
I say, if you have Messi, just don't worry. Just watch the game and enjoy. Vamos!
Vamos Argentina!
How did you see the game?
Amazing. Messi did a great job.
What do you think with the Argentine fans? Did you expect this kind of energy?
Oh, it was amazing. It's our first time to attend the match, and it was insane.
Biggest fan, really. It's the biggest fan ever. Very amazing match. It was a very amazing match and very tension, stress. Yes, stressful, yes.
Who do you think was the best player of the match?
Messi, of course.
Messi!
You guys, Messi!
Yes!
You think Argentina will have a problem against Croatia in the semifinals?
Not at all. No. They have Messi, the best player in the world.
We are almost at the end of the World Cup. Morocco, Croatia, Argentina are three of the four teams best of this World Cup. The next one is going to be the winner between England and France. Let's talk about these four national teams and the chances they have in the next round.
Croatia faced Brazil. According to the predictions, the favorites to win the tournament, but the Brazilian six-star will have to wait at least until 2026. The current runner-up deactivated the South American team's midfield with their technical and physical play thanks to the genius of the Croatians. Luka Modric was the orchestra conductor while Brozovic and Kovacic followed him. The European team has played 8 overtimes since 2008 in Euro Cup and FIFA World Cup. This time was not the exception. They were 0-0 and Neymar made the trick to tie with Pelé as the all-time scorer of the Brazilian national team. However, Croatia tied with 5 minutes to go, and just like against Japan, they went to penalties to define the first qualifier to the semifinals. Rodrigo and Marquinhos missed their penalties and Croatia scored all of them. In this way, they are already among the 4 best teams in the world, as they did in 2018. The second match of the day was a classic that was spicy from the press conference, where the Dutch talked about the Argentine team and how they could beat them. However, they didn't count that the South American team had what every champion has to have: a great goalkeeper and a top striker. In this case, Argentina has Lionel Messi and Emiliano Martinez. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner assisted the first goal and scored the other one from the penalty spot. However, Luis van Gaal had another plan to keep Argentina in the next round, and after trailing 1-2 at the end of the regular time, he planned a tactical move to tie the game, and Wout Weghorst did so. They went to extra time and nothing happened. Everything was ready for penalties, and again, Martinez did his thing. He saved 2 penalties to the Dutch, and Lautaro scored the definitive one to send Argentina to the semifinals, where they faced Croatia.
before going to the break, let's test your knowledge in football. The question today, the trivia today, it has to do with England, who's playing in a couple of hours against France. And our question of the day is, when was the last time that England won the Football World Cup? The answer, we are going to give you that later. You can participate with the question of the day or complete the sentence. We do a short break. We'll be right back. This is From the Field. This is Carlos Montero from the field. We are in Altumama Stadium where just Morocco beat Portugal 1-0 and became one of the fourth best national team of this tournament. The goal was scored by Nesri, who celebrated like Ronaldo, screaming zoo. But if we have to talk about Morocco, about this young team, young players, many of them, they were not born in Morocco, their parents were. The one who I think would be the strongest one of all those players is a young guy, the name Hakimi. Let's know a little bit about Hakimi and the rest of the team that make history tonight.
Achraf Hakimi was born in Getafe, Madrid, Spain. However, he decided to play for the Moroccan national team because his mother is Moroccan. He was in the youth categories of Real Madrid and made his debut with the first team in the 2017-2018 season. That year, under the orders of Zinedine Zidane, Hakimi showed the world what he's capable of in a team like Real Madrid. After this, he was transferred on loan to Borussia Dortmund for 2 seasons. Later, he was signed by Inter Milan for 1 season and won the league title. Automatically, Paris Saint-Germain incorporated him into the squad, where he is a key player and the holder of the right winger. Hakimi has a special relationship with Morocco. Although he was not born in that country, it's the land of his parents, both from Morocco, and he has honored their roots since 2016. He played in the low categories with the African team, and despite he was eligible for Spain, always wore the red and green jersey. His first goal for Morocco was in 2017 against Mali in the victory of his team 6-0. He participated in the FIFA World Cup Russia 2018 and the current World Cup. He has been one of the best players of the sensation of the tournament. His best moment was during the penalty shootout against Spain when he scored his penalty in Panenka style that gave the qualification to Morocco for the first time to the quarterfinals.
Fernando Santos, when he decided to bench Ronaldo, he was a genius. They beat Switzerland. Today, he's not anymore. They lost against Morocco. Let's talk about Fernando Santos, the Portuguese coach, and his team.
Fernando Manuel Costa Santos was born on October 10th of 1954 in Lisbon. He always had been vinculated with football. A fan of Benfica, he played as a footballer in the club of his love, the Sporting of Lisbon, CS Marítimo and GD Estoril Praia. His career as a defender was short. He only played 9 years. 2 years later, he made his debut as a coach in his last club. Santos became an engineer in electronics and telecommunications because he has always been obsessed with football and the study. Also, he did a promise to his father that he will be an engineer and footballer, and he did it. Santos is a fan of the tactical side of football, and because of that, he has been named the engineer of the Penta, due to the 5 leagues he won with Porto consecutively. He became the first Portuguese coach that has directed the big 3 of Portugal, Porto, Sporting Lisbon and Benfica. After his path for clubs of Portugal and Greece, he became the director of the Greece national team from 2010 to 2014, when he achieved the qualification to the Euro Cup of 2012 and reached the round of 16 in the FIFA World Cup of Brazil 2014. Since 2014, he is in charge of the national team of Portugal, and the golden era of the Iberian country has had 2 points of maximum glory. After a disaster in the FIFA World Cup of Brazil in 2014, where the team was eliminated in the group stage, Santos led them to the title in the Eurocup celebrated in France 2 years later, where they beat 1-0 to the host, France, despite the injury of Cristiano Ronaldo. In 2019, they won the first edition of the UEFA Nations League, beating the Netherlands in the final that they hosted in Lisbon.
Somebody scream, airport this way. It's amazing. Morocco sent to the airport. Spain team, now Portuguese team. But let's go with Charlie. He talked last night with more Argentine fans who cannot believe their team make it so far.
What do you think about the fans from Argentina? Have you ever experienced something like this before?
The best fans in the Qatar now, Argentina teams, and the fans.
Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Very good. Everything, it's okay. Everything, it's amazing in Qatar.
But who will be champion?
Yeah.
Argentina will be champion, or no?
I hope.
You hope.
But I support him. England and Argentina. No, England or Argentina. But I hope Argentina.
I saw that you were suffering the whole game. You're yelling the whole time. Were you suffering a lot?
Yeah, I was suffering. Yeah. This is the toughest game of the tournament. We as Argentinians, we have a thing with the quarterfinals. We know we have to get through the quarterfinals. Now it's a different tournament, but we need to go through the quarterfinals. So I'm very happy. I know it was going to be a very tough game. We suffered. I wish I wasn't on the other side of the pitch, but I was here, I suffered, but we went through.
What went through your mind when they tied 2-2 in the last minute?
Well, I'm a big Barcelona fan, and I love Messi, and I was telling my friend, poor kid, he has this problem. I remember at Anfield in 2019 against Liverpool with the corner kick.
For a second.
And all the comebacks against Roma as well. So
thank you.
Not once again, and with Argentina, because now he's at home, he's safe. He loves the players, his teammates, and I didn't want it to.
Sí, hay con eso. Vamos a la pausa.
So I knew we had to go through, not only for Argentina, but for Messi as well.
Do you think Argentina needs to suffer to win? It seems every time they suffer, they play better.
Yeah, well, in Argentina, every club, when you're fan of a club, they say, oh, we always suffer. So it's something of Argentinians in general. With our clubs back home, every club suffers. My team suffers as well, and we think it's something that belongs to us. So with the national team, it's the same. We know we're going to suffer. Every World Cup is the same.
And last question, how do you see the match against Croatia?
Well, I wanted to play Croatia. I think they're a very good team, very good players. In Argentina, we don't know them as much. We consume a lot of local football, not as many international games, but I know they have very good players. So it's going to be a very tough game. Not only Modric, but the kids from Dinamo Zagreb, they're good as well, and they play in the Croatian league, but they're not Brazil. And a game against Brazil was going to be tough, not only football-wise, but cultural-wise, and it was going to be remembered for decades. And I don't want to lose that game. We won the final at the Maracanã, so let me stay with that. Now let's get Croatia and get to the final.
Buena respuesta. Thank you very much.
Let's do a short break with a beautiful couple from Morocco and a beautiful kid.
Hi, we are from Morocco.
Morocco, norte de África, vamos.
Bye bye.
Historia.
Con lo que lo sentimos mucho por Cristiano Ronaldo, lo sentimos.
Okay. Bye bye. We'll be right back. Thank you, family. Thank you. Thank you. This is Carlos Montero from the field. We are in Altumama Stadium, where Morocco make it to the semifinals of the World Cup. Next match is going to be England against France, two superpowers of Europe. Let's put those two teams in context.
Both teams will debate the victory in the quarterfinals in a match that will make every fan's hair stand on end, considering that it is difficult to determine what will happen between two powerful sides presented as favorites in this World Cup. Although from the performance since the first stage, the odds point to France, a team that has proven to be indomitable in terms of defense, but that will have to bring out their warrior spirit to the field to reaffirm the title of champions held since Russia 2018. Meanwhile, the English remain undefeated after fiercely beating Senegal 3-0 in the round of 16. In addition to the drubbing, they gave Ireland 6-2 and Wales 3-0, along with a dispute with the United States in the group stage that ended in a draw. So it is very clear that the three Lions are great candidates to lift the trophy and definitely will not let the goals get away with it.
Let's talk about the English team in this World Cup 2022. Harry Kane, the best player. I think the importance of the team is they don't depend on him all the time. Let's see this package so that you can understand why.
Harry Kane was eligible for Northern Ireland because of his father's side. However, after playing in the low categories of England, he decided to play with the national team in 2014. Since that year, Kane has scored 52 goals in 79 games. He's only one goal away from Wayne Rooney, the top scorer of the English team. Also, Harry has maintained in the Premier League all his career. He is the captain of the Tottenham Hotspur and has been the Golden Boot in the league in 2016, 2017 and 2021. Kane is a striker known for his associative capacity and for being a goal killer in the area. He's a playmaker and a finalizer. In World Cup, he has been the flag of England. In Russia 2018, he scored 6 goals and won the Golden Boot of the tournament. Also, he finished in the 4th place in that World Cup after his team lost to Belgium 2-0 in the 3rd place match. In the current World Cup in Qatar, he is the leader in assists of the tournament with 3 and the English player with more goal contributions because he scored 1 goal too.
I was asking some of the Moroccan fans, who do they prefer to play against, France or England? All of them agree France, because France has a lot of African players and we know how Africa play. Let's see, let's know a little bit more about the French team and his African players.
In the current France national team are 12 players with African roots. However, 2 of them are out for injury, Karim Benzema and Christopher Nkunku. The first one has Algerian roots despite he was born in Lyon, and Nkunku is a descendant of Congolese despite he was born in Lanyi-sur-Marne. On the other hand, there are Steve Mandanda, who has roots in the Democratic Republic of Congo, as Aurelien Tchouameni and Wesley Fofana, who has roots in Cameroon and Mali respectively. Other players that have African ascendance are Matteo Guendouzi with a Moroccan father, Jules Koundé with Beninese ascendance, William Saliba, whose family are from Lebanon, and Ibrahima Konate that is descendant of Malian people. 3 other cases are Kylian Mbappé, with a father from Cameroon and a mother from Algeria, and Ousmane Dembélé with a Senegalese mother and a Malian father. The other is Eduardo Camavinga, who was born in a refugee camp in Angola, and his family went to France to have a better life, achieved by the quality of footballer that the boy has. The phenomenon is not new in France. The 1998 World Cup and 2000 European Championship winning team was already an example of this African immigration and the ethnic diversity of the French West Indies. Its star player, Zinedine Zidane, of Algerian origin, is at the head, accompanied by Marcel Desailly from Ghana, Lilian Thuram from Guadeloupe, and Thierry Henry from Martinique, among others. In the 80s, it was the children of Spanish and Italian immigration who represent Le Bleu and gave France the 1984 European Championship. The star, Michel Platini, was the grandson of Italians. Luis Fernandez was born in Tarifa, Cadiz, before emigrating.
The Moroccan fans are getting closer with the drums. Let's go quickly to see more about the French team, about Giroud, the maximum scorer.
Olivier Giroud scored the first goal of the France national team during the victory over Poland 3-1. This way, He surpassed Thierry Henry as the top scorer of the Blues. In 2011, Olivier Giroud made his first appearance with the France national team, and 11 years later, he has played 117 times and scored 52 goals for the two-time world champions. His career has been marked by scoring too many goals in the Ligue 1 of France, the Premier League, and now the Serie A of Italy. Giroud has played for Montpellier, Arsenal, Chelsea, and AC Milan in those leagues.
Let's go with the trivia of the day. The drums are getting closer. The question is, when was the last time England won the Football World Cup? The answer was in 1966. Let's go to see. Okay. Morocco. Let's go to see the question. We'll be right back. Huh? No.
In 1966, England hosted the FIFA World Cup and won the title. After beating Argentina 1-0 in the quarterfinals and Portugal 2-1 in the semifinals, they defeated Federal Germany 4-2 in a game for the record. They were winning 2-1, and in the 90th minute, Germany tied the game and sent it to the extra time. In the additional 30 minutes, England scored 2 more goals and Josh Hust became a hero, closing his hat-trick. The trophy was delivered by the Queen Elizabeth II itself.
Okay, let's keep watching social media. The segment Complete the Sentence, and the sentence for today show is the winner of the France and England match will be. We have some answers del coleado England, France, one of each. And with those 2 answers, we say good night, buenas noches, congratulations Africa. See you all tomorrow with all the information about World Cup 2022. Hasta mañana, amigos.